not going to be part of the record. Okay. Then Sri Elamaram Karim. Karim ji, आपके पास श्रीमती जरना दास वैद्या जी का भी नाम है.
Yes, sir.
You have 14 minutes for the party. You can share and be fair to the ladies.
Sure. Thank you, sir. First of all, I like to say the union budget for 2021-22 is very disappointing, and it has failed miserably in addressing the present situation. When the country is going through a worst crisis in its history, the Honorable Finance Minister has presented a budget that does not have any vision and program to overcome it. Budget is filled with proposals that will enable to implement its agenda of privatization. It did not heed to the suggestions of renowned economists, saying that government should implement plans to reach money into the hands of people, to increase their purchasing power, to uplift Indian economy, which was in a verge of collapse much before COVID. The budget is far away from the ground realities and cruelly insensitive to the sufferings of the toiling mass. It does not fulfill any of the needs of our nation and people in this pandemic time. There is no plans for announcement to help the millions of people who lost their jobs and income due to COVID. It is friendly to Indian and foreign corporates and continues to give huge concessions, reduction in tax for them while proposing increase in the cess for the common mass. People's life and livelihood got severely affected by the pandemic and unplanned and unprepared lockdowns, a rise in the price of essential commodities, etc. The price of petrol, diesel, cooking gas have been continuously high. India today have the highest rate of taxes on petroleum products in the world. We all expected that this year's budget will have a proposal to reduce taxes on petrol and diesel, but instead government have geared up with imposing more on it. Unemployment is the another biggest issue which is being faced by our nation. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, CMIE, makes a conservative estimate that 14.7 million jobs in the organized sector has been lost. This is in addition to the destruction in informal sector and the large scale of loss of livelihood for crores of people. Whether this budget has any proposal to address such issues? This budget looks like a sales advertisement. Everything's for sale here. In its previous term, the government used to tell about Make in India. But now we can't find any mention of Make in India anywhere in the budget or in the speech. Now its slogan changed to Sell India. Sir, in the budget speech, Honorable Finance Minister made an interesting argument that privatization of public sector undertakings and sale of national assets would help the economy to expand the economy of the country. Sir, it continues the government's policy of selling our public sector banks, enhancing FDI in insurance sector to 74%, along with pushing IPO in LIC and pursuing privatization in electricity distribution, and all profit-making public sector enterprises are to be sold or privatized, while announcing closure of loss-making public sector also. This all makes serious repercussion among the lives of the people and the workers. Even railways, urban transport, gas pipelines also to be privatized. I would like to draw the attention of this August House to the initiatives taken by the government of Kerala in reviving the public sector. Central PSUs in Kerala, which are decided to be sold off by the central government, are being taken over by the state and are being operated efficiently. In each and every sector, the left and democratic government in Kerala is setting alternative in front of the nation. This difference in approach is because the difference in ideology which is leading the governments. Sir, Finance Minister previously announced a stimulus in the form of a huge reduction in the corporate tax rate from 30% to 22%. For domestic companies, there is some other incentives also. Loss of revenue and as account of such measures was compounded by the effects of the pandemic induced 23% contraction in GDP in the first quarter of year 2021. And in the second quarter, it was 7.5%. The result has been a fall of 8.3% in the center's net tax revenue over April to November 2020 relative to April to November 2019. Income expected from disinvestment in 2021 was 2,10,000 crores, but only received 6,178.79 crores. It becomes clear that enhanced spending had to be financed with borrowing. It resulted in huge fiscal deficit. April to November 2020, it has risen by 33%. 2019-20, it was 7,834 crores fiscal deficit. 2021, it is 10,75,507 crores. Total expenditure over the first 8 months of 2021 has risen by just 4.7% in nominal terms relative to the corresponding months of 1920. Allowing for inflation, real expenditure has in fact fallen. Not only the right medicine in a year like never before. Financial year 2021 was a like never before year. It warranted a change in the stance of the government with a shift away from fiscal conservatism to a more proactive fiscal policy. There was widespread agreement that this was the way to go, even among those who is in normal times advocate a conservative fiscal stances. But the government has persisted with its neoliberal fiscal stance, resulting collapsing revenues and stagnant in expenditure. Sir, under several heads, expenditure in 2021 is actually lower than budgets. This includes agriculture, education, social welfare, women and child development, scientific department, urban development, pension and disability affairs. These cuts are being carried forward into the next year also. Even in the few heads of increased expenditure in 2021, like health and rural development, the budget proposes to cut down expenditures. The budget allocation for health for 21-22 is 74,600 crores only, which is 8,000 crores less than last year's revised estimates. Sir, Honorable Minister was vocal on the government's commitment to people's well-being and livelihood in her speech, but it does not match with the actual allocation, particularly in the social sector and welfare-related expenditure like MNREGA, ICDS, midday meal, job and skill development. Government actually spent last year in 2021, although the rural unemployment and joblessness have increased drastically. In midday meal allocation have been cut down by 1,400 crores from what has been sent actually last year. In ICDS, the allocation has been reduced by 30% compared to the allocation in last year's budget. In job and skill development, allocation has been cut down by 35% compared to the allocation in last budget. There are many other examples. Finance Minister also indicated the government move to bring down the number of centrally sponsored schemes in line with the recommendation of the 15th Finance Commission. Sir, In the run-up to the 5 elections to the 5 states, including Kerala, some announcements have been made in the budget to mislead the people of those states. But it can be seen, the projects which are already underway have been included in the budget again. In the state Kerala, many Kerala's age-old demands have still pending. Sir, the state was completely neglected in terms of railway development. 65,000 crores announced for the national highway, it is only an ongoing program. On the whole, this budget does not provide anything for the people, did nothing for addressing the severe unemployment situation, no direct relief to the people under severe distress through income and food support.
You have taken 11 minutes, please. You have taken 11 minutes.
I raise my objection on this budget. Thanks.
Thank you. I said fair to women, not minister. That is about their colleagues, you remember. Right. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha.
शुक्रिया सभापति